I praise God for the gift of life. Don't you all? Without life, no life. Okay. As Sister Kathy said, many tangible wonders have happened in my life. But what I'm going to dwell on the last 3 years. I was struck down with COVID during the second wave. And I didn't know how bad I was. So when I went into the hospital on the 26th of April 2021, I had to be in the hospital till the 15th of May. And the doctors never told me my real condition. Much later, I came to know of it. I went for a fitness certificate 1.5 months later, and the doctor told my daughter, I don't know how your father is alive. This was what was his opening statement. He said, I don't know to what to ascribe to, because your father should have been dead, according to my medical science. Then I asked him, what makes you say so? Then he showed me the report. My lungs were affected 85%. And he said, from this point, coming back to life is not easy. So that is one reason I started with saying, praise God for the gift of life. 10 months into it, I had 2 major problems. 26th of June 2022, I had a stroke. I was blissfully unaware what a stroke meant. I went into the hospital, got treated. They said, you're fine, you can go home. We came home. The next day, I had another stroke in the night. Immediately, I was rushed to the hospital. This time, they took 10 days, put me under all sorts of tests, brain mapping, this and that, all terms that I was not familiar with. And it took me some time to recover. For 2 months, I was at home doing nothing. My wife goes to work, my son goes to work, and I was all alone in the house. And then one day, that was on 31st August, I told our Blessed Mother, this life I don't like. I want again to come to church, to sing and praise God. But I was not in a position to walk. But still, I took a pledge. I will walk to the church. So I took a walk. What would normally take me 10 minutes, took me 40 minutes. I came into the church, knelt down, put the sign of the cross, then sat down. Throughout the Mass, I was sitting. And not 1 day, 2 days. 26 days in September, I was only sitting on the bench. Fathers knew my condition, so they didn't ask me anything. But then there was a lady who came to me and said, what is wrong with you? You are behaving weird. I said, why? You used to go for collections, dump out collection, you used to do the Bible reading. Nowadays you're coming, you're just sitting. What will people think? You behaving like this. Then I understood that she didn't know anything about my condition. I told her, no sister, I'm not well. And she asked me, what is the problem? I said, I had strokes. And then she said, I'm sorry, brother, I'll pray for you. By October 15th, I continued my walk to church, and every day, the Eucharist was my medicine, nothing else. Every day I came to church, participated in the Eucharist, and miraculously, the Lord, the giver of life, healed me. And today I'm standing before you. So sometime in November, there was a charismatic meeting, and my brother Romeo told me, brother, why don't you come for the meetings like you used to do before? So I came for the meeting. It was animated by one Miss Marcia. Some of you must be knowing her. And she prayed over me and said, she asked me what was my problem. I took it very easy. I said I had COVID, I had strokes. Then she looked at me and said, are you aware of what the Lord has done for you? I said, why? What was your percentage in COVID? I said, 85. She just gave a gasp. Then she said, what happened to you during your strokes? I said consecutive days I had strokes. I was in the hospital for 10 days. Then she came close to me and said, prayed over me in tongues most of the time. So I didn't know what she was praying. And finally she told me, every day of your life, you should be grateful to God, because when I asked the Lord, why you have spared this guy? The Lord said, for a greater purpose. So what the greater purpose is, it's up to him. But ever since then, I've been regular to my charismatic meetings, my Eucharistic meeting with the Lord, and my spending time in the Eucharistic chapel has not reduced. But it has given me a new life, and it is helping me to reach out to many people. So once again, thank the Lord for all that he has done, and I hope till the end of my life, I will continue to be a witness for him.